Hi everyone. Have you ever tried to use Apple's Boot Camp Assistant only to see a message saying this Mac does not support Boot Camp? It can be confusing. You might wonder why your Mac can't run Windows anymore. Today, we will explain exactly why this happens. We'll also cover what it means for you and what alternatives you have. This message usually appears on newer Apple computers. These are Macs with Apple Silicon chips. Apple Silicon includes chips like the M1, M2, or M3. Older Macs used Intel processors. Boot Camp was specifically designed for these Intel-based Macs. It allowed you to install a full version of Windows directly onto your Mac's hard drive. Your Mac would then run Windows natively. This means Windows ran at its full speed. You could switch between Mac OS and Windows by restarting your computer. It was like having two separate computers in one. However, Apple Silicon Macs have a different internal architecture. They use ARM-based chips. Windows, in its standard form, is designed for Intel's x86 architecture. Boot Camp cannot bridge this gap for Apple Silicon Macs. So, when your Mac says it doesn't support Boot Camp, it's because you have one of these newer, powerful Apple Silicon machines. This is not a fault with your Mac. It's just a change in technology. So, what does this mean for you if you need to run Windows? You can no longer install Windows natively using Boot Camp. This means you won't get the raw, unhindered performance of Windows directly on your hardware. But don't worry, there are excellent alternatives available. The most popular solution is using virtualization software. Programs like Parallels Desktop or VMware Fusion are perfect for this. These applications create a virtual computer environment inside Mac OS. You can then install a special version of Windows called Windows for ARM within this virtual environment. It runs alongside your Mac OS applications. You can switch between Windows and Mac OS programs instantly. You don't need to restart your computer. This is very convenient for many users. Virtualization is great for running most Windows applications. It works well for productivity software, web browsing, and many business tools. However, it's important to know that performance might not be as fast as native Boot Camp. It's generally not recommended for demanding tasks like high-end PC gaming. So, to recap, if your Mac says it doesn't support Boot Camp, it's because you have an Apple Silicon Mac. Boot Camp is an Intel-only feature. But you can still run Windows using virtualization software like Parallels Desktop or VMware Fusion. These offer a flexible way to use Windows for most everyday needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope this explanation was clear and helpful. If you found this information useful, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to the channel for more tips and guides like this. Your support helps us create more content. We appreciate you being here.